So you may remember us talking here about Amy McGrath. She was the Democratic Senate candidate, recruited and backed by the DSCC, who raised $88 million to go on to lose to Mitch McConnell by somewhere around 20 points. Her whole campaign was like the worst campaign I've ever seen from the jump. She didn't know what to say about Brett Kavanaugh. She tried to position herself as more pro-Trump than Mitch McConnell, which was ridiculous. She just ran a congressional race where she said she'd wept when Donald Trump had gotten elected because she was so upset. So it was just perfect emblem of someone trying to run on consultant-driven talking points that somehow make sense in DC brain, but make sense absolutely nowhere else. Okay, so she raises $88 million to lose to Mitch McConnell by 20 points. Now she is starting a Super Pac to take those winning ways down to the key state of Georgia, where, of course, there are two runoffs to control to figure out control of the Senate. So that is what she's
just
doing
incredible.
next.
It's like, again, only in American national politics do you get to fail upwards. And all of these people, Jason Kander, Stacey Abrams, now Amy McGrath, are all professional failures. And they made more money afterwards. It's amazing to me. I mean, Kander, he had his problems, and so he's out. Look at Stacey Abrams. And by all accounts that we know in the state of Georgia, her efforts did not help win the state of Georgia. And to the extent that they did, it was because white suburbanites in Atlanta are the ones who saved Georgia for Joe Biden. So it's amazing. It's a narrative buster. It also shows that, Bloomberg's, $5 million donation or something to her whenever she went and spoke at that Bloomberg event whenever he was running for president. Yeah, throwback, right? We just had Greg Bluestein on, a Georgia reporter, and he was telling us they're going to spend $500 million on these Senate races in Georgia. It's a wealth transfer, and I hope so many of you understand that, which is, look, whichever way you're invested in this, these people are getting filthy rich because these super PACs it's all just a scheme and a grift in which she takes a cut, she gets all of her travel covered and her hotels and all that stuff. She gets to pay off her friendly consultants who take cuts of the ad buys, and then whoever owns television stations in Georgia, you're about to make a whole lot.
Oh my God,
you people, it's bonanza.
It's the right business to be in right now.
Good for you.
So the way this will work, so basically, I think she was unable to spend all of the $88 million, seriously, that she raised in this race because there's just no way to spend that much money in the state of Kentucky, essentially. And so she had about $14 million left in the bank. So then the question becomes, what do you do with that? And this is a very lucrative thing it's good for her, and it's good for her consultants. I could see them talking her into this, we can have a real impact. This is a way for you to keep your name on a national stage. Does anyone with two brain cells think that money is going to be the issue for the Democratic candidates in the state of Georgia? No. So there are a lot of things you could do with $14 million. This, especially given how terrible whoever her consultants were in terms of the ads that they created for her race and how incredibly ineffective they were, to take those losing ways and then apply them to running, outside money ads in the state of Georgia. This is literally just setting millions of dollars on fire for a vanity and grift play.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's genuinely sad. She'd be much better off giving it to a food bank or something in the state of Kentucky. But that would require all these people to actually care about many of the people they want to represent. And that just isn't the truth, as we all know.
All right, well, I have more Rising for you after this.